worked with Union Homes for 16 years. And this time around, I'm getting to the 10th year in FHA Mortgage Bank. So I've done mortgages for most of my life, and the knowledge I've acquired from there, I would like to share with us. And quickly, because of our time, I will not talk too much. The topic, like I said, I'll be talking to us on is access to mortgages. And then we're looking at mortgages as a business tool for wealth creation and home ownership. We'll be looking at tips to note, major components of a mortgage scheme, the stakeholders, and then can I own or buy a home or a property? How can I own a home? You see the checklist. Showcasing some of the developers we partner, just two of them I picked, and then we'll go to the question and answer session. Tips you need to note or take to heart, like a mindset kind of that you should have about this opportunity that is available to us in the area of mortgages and real estate environment of the economy. Accessing mortgages allows one to use other people's money to create wealth. That is to own properties or fixed assets. That's one thing you should have at the back of your mind. Mortgage is just using other people's money to, have access to properties and fixed assets. Properties or fixed assets like buildings worldwide are known to have appreciable values. So the area of opportunity we're exposing you to is an area that will give you appreciable value. Mortgage loans give the beneficiary the privilege or opportunity to understand both present and future values of properties with ease. Today, you have an idea of what the market value is, the present value is. And then over time that you'll be repaying the facility, that's the mortgage, you are looking at value appreciation, because if you invest today and you're not having a gain on it tomorrow, a value addition on it tomorrow, is a bad investment. But in this environment, it has been proven over time that it has appreciable value. Even when there was a meltdown, that people lost values in their properties all over the world. If you ask me, today, the same values that they lost, they have regained it over time. So fixed assets like properties, like houses, they have appreciable value. Mortgage loan beneficiaries have the privilege or opportunity to understand both present values and future values with ease. Opportunities to become big-time investors in the built environment or real estate are enormous and unquantifiable, most especially in Nigeria, because in Nigeria, we still have a huge deficit. Yes, people would say that we see many empty houses. Some of those empty houses you see around, they are misfit, because those that need those houses, they are not the ones that those houses are built for. Many Nigerians today need houses. If you ask me, I will tell you that based on the mass housing program that was introduced by the government of Nigeria right from the time of Obasanjo till today, you will see that the need and the awareness is growing by the day. Most civil servants now stay in their own homes, some within the city center, some in the suburbs of FCT, Kuje, Buhari, Karshi, Maraba. There are so many estates up to Nasarawa State. So the opportunities are enormous, and that is what we are unlocking to you here that you should key into. Home equity mortgages unlock wealth locked in properties already owned by individuals. In other words, it is a wealth creating machine. There are many people that stay in their own houses today, and those properties have title documents that have values that they don't know. For example, if you have a property and you bring a valuer to value it for you, If the value of the property is up to 50 million naira, 20 million naira, 30 million naira, as the case may be, 10 million naira, there are some values locked in there that you can use to create more wealth for yourself, and that will, give you more room to own more properties as well. From one property, you can own others. Even from one property, you can own other businesses. There's a case of somebody in Bauchi that owned a property, and he brought the property under the home equity mortgages. That was when I was working with Union Homes. We used that to unlock the wealth that is in that his property, and he started a printing business. He opened a printing press. That gave him another. From that printing press, he was paying back the facility. So home equity can unlock wealth for you as an opportunity. So have that at the back of your mind. It is the government's responsibility to create an enabling environment for both mortgage lenders, that is to lend monies to people that are looking for loans, and then also real estate or property developers to build houses, for public consumption. They are to provide infrastructure and facilities as well. Roads, electricity, drainages, and so on and so forth. Facilities like hospitals, schools, fire service, and the rest of them. Property through mortgage. Mortgages involve two major components. The components of mortgage. There are two in twofold. Number one component is equity contribution that will come from the will-be individual. And then number two is an individual's responsibility to raise, on the equity contribution, let me say it again. It is an individual's responsibility to raise, to save, or generate his equity contribution for buying a property. The second part of it is that loan from mortgage lenders or financiers, e.g. a mortgage bank like FHA where I work now, is a second component. And this is to lend monies for mortgages and for real estate or real estate developers. So if you look at this component, you will see that you have your own part and then the part that the lenders will do to make up a full payment for a property. The main stakeholders in mortgage and real estate sector of any economy, we have four of them, majorly. You as a Nigerian, and other nationals, other residents, other members of other countries that are living in Nigeria, the real estate developers or property vendors, they are also stakeholders. You have banks, you have other financial institutions, and then you have government of nations, including your own nation, Nigeria. They are the stakeholders. Nigerians in diaspora are also stakeholders in the first category. And then other nationals that want to invest in Nigeria, they are also stakeholders under the number one category. Can I own or buy a home or property? The answer is yes. And that is why we are discussing today. That's why we're discussing this evening. We're talking about business opportunities. You are talking about your pathway to, data protection, building a career there. You should also think of something that you'll be doing side by side. This is a pathway also in business opportunities that are available in mortgages and real estate. How can I own a property, a home or a property? The following steps will guide you to start saving if you have not started, to be deliberate, be intentional about it. And if you have started, it behoves on you to increase that contribution that you're making, that saving that you're making, so that you build up your equity. You have to consult a professional in mortgages or real estate development, or any useful information you need to know and keep abreast with. So that's what we are trying to do here already. So I'm a professional in the Spain there because of my involvement, because of my being a fellow in the Institute of Trade Administration and so on and so forth. I have a master's degree also in technology management, and technology management is all encompassing. So I'm ever ready to, give you some advisory service when it comes to real estate and so on. And then ensure that you are ready to comply with as many requirements, or checklists as enumerated below. This is just a checklist of, what you need to do. Obviously, you must open an account to have a relationship with a bank. You under the National Housing Fund, these are all that you require to have as a checklist. You have to put, get an offer letter. You have to have a relationship with the bank. You have to have 3 months pay slip. You have to have evidence of equity contribution. You have updated your NHF passbook and so on and so forth. These are things that are known. For people that, want to build houses, not to buy a house, this is also a checklist for them. Also, through our commercial window, we give facilities for that. Because for the National Housing Fund now, they don't give facilities to people that want to, build houses through the mortgage banks. They finance it directly. So if you want to do through the National Housing Fund, you can go to Federal Mortgage Bank. There are offices in all the states of the Federation. They have changed the checklist for that as against when it was under the care of the mortgage banks, the primary mortgage banks. They are the secondary, they are more or less like the secondary mortgage bank. So we go up to them to access the National Housing Fund for Nigerians. Nigerians cannot go directly to Federal Mortgage Bank. Federal Mortgage Bank cannot come directly to them. They come through the mortgage banks, the primary mortgage banks, which FHA is one of. So this is the checklist for that. For those that are building, you must have a title document that is good. We'll conduct a search on it. You must have an approved building plan. You must have an approved survey plan. You must have a price bill of quantity that is provided, or rather prepared by a quantity surveyor, and so on and so forth. Then also another window has been opened that is supporting will be house owners like those of us that we are addressing today. We want you to become interested in the housing industry such that you can access housing with your, retirement savings. Before now, the pension scheme, you can only access your money when you are retired from service. And then there has been this clarion call from banks, mortgage banks, as to the challenges that they witness Nigerians are facing in providing equity contribution. And then we were part of the advocacy and so on and so forth that yielded now the 25% RSA equity, that you can access from your retirement savings for your pension. So today, the government has signed into law, and FHA Mortgage Bank has accessed this money, this equity contribution for so many Nigerians to the tune of over 500 million naira. As we speak, we started the process sometime around May or thereabout, and this is how much we have accessed for Nigerians. So most Nigerians that came through us to buy properties that could not raise it will amaze you that some individuals whose organizations have saved so much money for their contributory pension, there are individuals that have contributed over 100 million, close to 200 million for their savings. And they were able to access 25% of that, upward of 40 million naira in some cases, up to 60 million naira for some people. So, this is how much, depending on how you can save, you can be deliberate. There's a window for contributory pension, that voluntary contribution that one can do. And then these are just further, talking about affordability. For you to take a mortgage, you must have affordability. There are ways we access you to do that. And based on affordability, we do not take more than 1/3 of one salary in repaying loan or your income. They do the other things they do. We assess them and we're able to access, grant them facilities, and their repayment will not be more than one third. And then further enhancing affordability, the 25% RSA is also enhancing people's affordability. And like I've been saying, you can access window of the mortgage banks, and then additional. Hello, can you still see my screen? Hello?
No.
Hello,
Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you. So
Yes, sir. I can see
this
your screen.
Okay. You are seeing my screen? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
I can see your screen.
It's all right. So we have number 2 says number of years in retirement, to retirement. So if you are not having up to if you are not 3 years to retirement, you can still benefit to in the pension, access to the pension scheme and so on and so forth. There are so many things. If you can read through the slide, or if you look at it and then you go through them one after the other. Mortgage lender to use. FHA Mortgage Bank is one of the qualified mortgage lender. Qualifying for a mortgage is between you and your lender. So when you come to us, we'll advise you on your qualification criteria. If you are qualified, we'll let you know. If you are not qualified, we'll let you know. There are no hurdles because based on the act, like I told you, we started going to PENCOM around May, and between that time and now, we've accessed well over 500 million for more than 50 Nigerians. Do you need connection? You don't need any connection. Those of you, those that are out of work, if your contribution has been in the scheme for up to 5 years, you are still qualified. The only people that are not qualified are those who have retired. They are the only people that are not qualified because they are already out of the retirement scheme. They must have been paid, or they are processing their retirement benefit. But if you have a business you're doing, we'll still advise you on how you can go about certain things to own a home. So showcasing the houses, or rather some developers that we partner with, I just picked 2 because of time. We have Ensika Home is at Kiami District. Kiami District is more or less like a virgin area that is opening up for housing development. If you check that, if you know Abuja very well, the area they call Good Luck Farm, somewhere around there, you can drive from Kuje Bridge through that place, through the train station, back to Idu axis, that axis, Nizamia Clinic, all those areas. They're the area you find this kind of. There are so many estates around that place. You have so many in Kuje, you have so many around Karshi, you have so many around Buari, you have so many in the stretch of Lokogoma. But I just pick these 2. This is a paramilitary estate also at Kiami District along the same axis. So these are houses, there are 3 bedrooms and 2-bedroom apartments that go around 18 million to 24 million thereabout. And there are ways that they may not develop it fully for you. They just do what they call kakas, and the cost will come down lower than that. So there are a lot of enormous opportunities If you look at this is a video, maybe I'll just end my discussion with this video that is showing how empty this environment, or rather how virgin, how, new the environment is. This is also an estate that is coming up. They are building about 700 housing units in this estate that you're seeing now. So you see the road, you see this, the cost is still low at this level. I was talking about present value and future value earlier. Now, the present value is this low that we're talking about, By the time they finish this place, tar the roads, people are living inside, and you come to buy, that's when they will start calling some millions that you will marvel. There's a house that we sold to somebody some 2 years ago at 19,475,000. As we speak, that property is going for over 50 million in Dawaki axis. At a point, that area was like this. So it's a call for us to make good use of our resources. Look for FHA Mortgage Bank. Come, we'll advise you, we'll tell you some more things that you can do. And it's a duty on us. We take it as a duty. Whoever comes, to make sure that they own their houses. We say when you come to us, you must have a house put on your table. You must go home with a house. That's the kind of slogan we speak in my office. So there's so many Nigerians have come, they've owned their properties. Those who never even believed. In fact, in some states where we went to, there are instances where they have moribund houses, they have abandoned estates. In Lagos State, for example, we went to one estate in Ikorodu, funded by Federal Mortgage Bank. By the time we got there, they lacked ideas as to what to do. We now told them, well, people that have their down payment, initial 10%, let's give them these houses to stay. And before you know it, over 150 housing units that were just in one bush is fully occupied. They're even tarring the road to that estate. Now, in Kuje here, so many estates that Federal Mortgage Bank funded, we got in there. In Gwagwalada, different locations, in Zaria, in Kaduna, in Kanu, in Meduguri, and so on. So much all over Delta State, Edo State, and many more that I didn't take note because of time. But these are opportunities that are available. So it's good to key in at this time that the prices of things are still low. They're appreciating by the day. Thank you all for listening. I would like to take your questions at this moment. Thank you. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
I hope I didn't take more than 25 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate that presentation. I'm not sure if Mr. Anago is available now.
Okay.
Thank you. We've come to the end of today's presentation, but as tradition demands, we cannot end the session without recognizing some of our members that are online, and most especially some of the Executive Council here present. I learned a number of people have been having issues trying to connect. One wonders what could have been responsible for the network issue being experienced by quite a number of people, because even right on my phone here, I actually have a whole lot of people chatting me up, complaining about the fact that they are having one network issue or the other, and as a result, they are unable to join us. So the recording would be available on our YouTube channel, and which we'll share with others. I think Mr. Nago is back. I saw him trying to.
Yes, I saw him. He's back.
He's struggling with the mic. Mr. Nago, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, welcome back. We've been waiting for
Thank
you.
I'm actually having, I was there. I had two of my devices, but unfortunately, I don't know what happened. Internet just, Nigeria. Welcome to Nigeria. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Joshua. And I will encourage members to try to subscribe to this because it's a very good opportunity. So if you need to contact Mr. Joshua, you can reach out to the Institute, then they will give you his details for whatever I need to do, and his contact is there. It is very interesting to have these things, and so we hope the way the economy is going, that we have to get a lot of things that can help us to balance our business. Thank you so much, Mr. Joshua, for that presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. We would like to recognize our members that are here. Executive Council member, I saw Princess Walade here. Princess was here. Walade was here. I think she's having a network issue. Our Vice President, Princess Tiwale Fakuga, who is the Vice President of the Institute, she was here with us. Our able President, Mr. President, please, can you just introduce yourself so that we know you? We had 33 members in this meeting. Now we are 17. Okay. So again, evidence of photography is very important. So
thank you very much, Mr. Nago.
Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nago. Once again, Ambassador Dr. Oyedo Kwanyede, the International President of the Institute. It's indeed a great pleasure to be here, and I want to thank us all for making our time to be part of this month's quarterly training program. We hope you join us again next quarter. Sorry, this is not our monthly webinar, but the quarterly training program. So hopefully by first quarter in 2024, we'll be having the first quarterly training then, and we look forward to having you on board. And also for the monthly webinar, we're going to be having the webinar for this month on the 16th. So hopefully we'll get to see then. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful evening. Warm regards.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. We had our Vice President by person of Mrs. Tuwada Fafuga, but I think she's having internet issues. She was there throughout. But that's our Vice President. My humble self, Mr. Alexander Mdosiyenago, who is also a Governing Council member of the Center for Commercial Management for Africa. I wish everyone a great night. However, please, can you please turn on your cameras as part of our routine? Turn on your cameras for good photographs, please. Please, if you can't turn your camera, please we seek your consent to turn on your cameras, please. It is your choice. If you want us to take your pictures, please give us your consent to take your pictures. Can we go ahead, please? Because we're going to be sharing the pictures on the group as an evidence, please. We also need your consent to do that. Thank you so much.
You can go ahead.
Thank you so much. Because by the Evidence Act of 2014, I don't think there's a way we can prove verbal consent. But I still have an issue with that. Somebody can deny they never gave you a consent. And you cannot record it. I don't understand how we're going to deal with that in data protection. Okay, so thank you. For those of us that cannot turn their camera, we understand. Privacy issues, we clearly understand that. Thank you. I saw Dr. Jimmy, Ambassador Dr. Jimmy, you are here. I saw you. I've been seeing you since during the training. Dr. Jimmy, nice to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
My hands are up, you know.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Jimmy.
Thank
nice
you,
to
sir.
see you.
Great job.
Pleasure.
And nice presentation. Thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you so
much. God bless you, sir.
Amen, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Jimmy, hope to see you in Abuja.
Well, I will look towards that. Thank you, Ambassador.
Okay.
And I go, God bless you, sir. Thank
you
you.
so
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please make our time to be in our Abuja event coming up on November 11th. It promises to be very enlightening, and you can't afford to miss it. It is our national program coming up next week, to be precise. So I've taken the first group of photographs. I'll take the next one now. Yeah, this is the first group. Okay, so I'll take the second. I think this is all. We're just 15. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your time.
Thank you,
I
sir.
wish to see you in Abuja, online and physically. The pleasure, and do have a lovely night rest. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you so much for the presentation. Thank you,
sir.
everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Joshua. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night.